Welcome to the rad live stream. Managed Roy from Mumbai. Europe's in the house. Oh, Christian Henny. PH from across the pond. Europe. Blue Pill friends. And family members are all simps. They have the idea to support their nagging 304 wife in every kind of way. There's many of those members of society in all of our families. And mine and my ex-wife's family, you name it. They're everywhere. We'll talk about it. Slank Silver Bullet is in the house. Good to see you. Patriots 1 is back. Megatron, another wrench. Good to have you. Results oriented, listening from the work truck. Attaboy. Working hard. What's up to you? Managed Roy. JLM's back. Ahoy! I haven't heard that for a long time. Ahoy! Oh, that was from a movie. I can't remember. It's like a kid's movie. Tori Jones is in the house. Good to see Tori. Miss you too. Haven't seen you for a while. I am John is back. Michael Fulton. Good to have you. Stuck in Houston traffic, Mr. Fulton. Hold on there. Houston is the worst airport to fly through, by the way. I try to avoid that at all costs. But although when I came back from Guatemala, flew through Houston, and it was actually surprisingly on time. Go figure. My ex-Polish friend got envy when he had more chicks. There you go. And another happy St. Patrick's Day. You know what today is? Marks the day my ex-wife filed for divorce on me several years ago. St. Patrick's Day. It was a Friday. Can you believe that? Trying to never miss an episode from Arizona, or as I like to say, forward operating base Arizona in the face of the liberal invasion. A lot of libtards turning Arizona, or a lot of Californians turning Arizona into libtardia. Good to have you, Stephen. There you go. So here's the deal. What do we do with our blue-pilled acquaintances, neighbors, friends, coworkers, family members? It's really simple. Now, before I get into that, Rad doesn't have any red pill friends. I would say one is, but not really, but he is. But again, for me, a man going his own way, he's not married, he's not cohabitating, and he sure as heck isn't having kids. We just don't recommend it in today's legal climate. Now, there's folks out there saying that we're all just a bunch of whack jobs and we hate ladies. I don't hate ladies. I love ladies. I think they're amazing. I think women are the most beautiful creatures on this world, on this planet. But you have to know how to navigate life by understanding that. So you're going to deal with all sorts of blue pill people. And most of my red pill friends are here, right here in this chat. Other content creators. I've met multiple guys traveling that I could say they're some of my greatest friends. And I met them through these channels. Most of my friends, the majority, all of them, are married or have kids or have remarried or what have you, which is fine. I like their perspectives. There's nothing wrong with that. For me and for the people and for my direction in life, no marriage, no cohabitation, no children. No baloney goofball relationships, no paying for everything, none of that stuff. Now, I'm not monk. Everyone knows that. I respect my monk brothers. I really do. But that is the reality. So we're going to deal with these guys all day long. And I get a lot of questions about this, right? A lot of questions. Peter Parker says, the first rule of Fight Club is not to talk about it. The second is do not talk about it. 100%. We don't recruit to the red pill. You don't go up to a blue pill guy and go, dude, you're retarded. What's wrong with you? You have no idea what your lady's doing behind your back. No, they're going to have to find it on their own. They won't even listen to you in the beginning because you're not on their level. If you're not married or have a girlfriend or have kids with someone and they do, you're not on their level. So whatever you say means nothing. Blue-pilled men live in a Disney world. They love to support their nagging 304 wife. They sure do. And I was one of them at one point. I just duck out from them. Well, let's talk about what we do, Mega. I can rap. Mine was 2 days before my 40th birthday. Your file for divorce. There you go. Mine was, what, 42? Harshit Sander from India's back. Good to see you, brother. Blue-pilled men that think red-pilled men hate women. The big difference is we red-pilled live in reality, not the fantasy world. Well said. Mickey Mouse for 300 Trebek. Blue pill are learning by themselves the truth, and they are speaking about the truth and worried about the truth. Manager Roy. Why is it when friends and family try to hook you up with someone, it's always an overweight, loudmouth single mom? Because that's all the inventory that's left. Steven. Alex is in the house. Good to see you. Silver Bullet says, I have one red-pilled friend I've known since 72. Went through school together. I was born in 72. Good for you. They're very rare in your circle of influence, red pill folks. So you're going to deal with blue pill. You know what they say? If someone says to you, why aren't you married? What's going on? You say, I have not found that woman that is going to be my co-pilot, that is submissive, that is not masculine, that doesn't cake her face up, that doesn't seek external validation through her phone, social media, and all the technology, that isn't looking for external validation from others, that'll sit and be 100% on my team as I am the pilot and she's the co-pilot. That's all you say. Be fun about it. Or you can say, haven't found my unicorn yet, but I'm worried that that horn that she's got between her eyes is going to poke me someday down the road. Keep it light. Keep it, encouraging. Don't say, oh my gosh, I would never do that. I mean, you can, but you know what? That's going to put fuel for the fire. Just say, look, I have not found that person. There's a 1% to 2% of women that are attractive out there. Look who we have as role models. Just point them to the fact that most women today are always on their phone. They're caked up in makeup. They've got all the clown faces on. They don't know how to treat men. They're very masculine. They seek external validation. You don't want to be part of that group. So let the folks know that you're not interested in dating one of those or wanting to be with them, because that's the 99% of all women out there. Travis is back. I've told friends this. They either say nothing or say that it will change. No, it won't. If I even entertain a female, I'll run through the boot camp. No D, no need for you, no money, just hang. When you really pull the covers back on the Wizard of Oz of what you're truly, truly getting, that completely makes sense what Travis talks about, right? You've got to understand, when you pull the covers back, what's underneath the covers when it comes to relationship, when it comes to ladies. We have two different sets of brains. They have a female brain. We have a male brain. We think more logically. They think more emotionally. It's going to be a shit show, even with the 1% to 2%, to be part of a cohesive unit. I mean, even if you found that, good luck. I mean, long term. Michael Fulton, we are like Freemasons, want to be one, ask one. There you go. Do the Freemasons recruit? No, they're sought out, right? Tori Jones says, I remember last year I tried to show my friend a Rich Cooper video about single moms after a single mom destroyed his life and he blew up on me and said, I hate this guy. Of course. I got a buddy, his girl, he took her to Mexico 3 or 4 times, Hawaii. She breaks up with him on the plane. He paid for everything. And I said, look, why don't you take a quick couple look. I actually sent him a Rich Cooper video. It was like, 2 months ago. And it was about dating post-wall women or, late. And he's like, yeah, but that's just not my story. And it was his story. So we don't recruit. They're going to hit the wall so many times until they quit running into it. When they quit running into it, then they're going to be seeking options, or they're going to be seeking answers. And they typically go to YouTube. How do I get my ex-girlfriend? How do I get my ex-wife back? How can I be a better husband? And they find these channels. But seriously, nothing good will come from saying red pill stuff to normies only after they're broken and got a taste of reality. Men only, women won't listen. 100%. And those guys at work and, family members that are married acting like they're so happy. Come on, guys. It's very difficult to maintain a happiness level. I don't care how optimistic you are. When you're around somebody so many days, so many hours, all the time, especially living with someone, true colors show very quickly. Carl's back. What's up, Rad? Whiskey in the jar. Happy St. Patty's Day. See you out. Be careful out there, Carl. You're going to get some Jameson or some Bushnells tonight. YYJJ is back. He says sheep to the slaughter. Couldn't agree more. These live streams of yours are like therapy. I think they're therapy for me, my brother. Hey, I'm not married because I don't want to lose what I've earned through back breaking work again. Blue pill, that's just her. No lad, they all have the nature to do you over. They do. A woman's brain does not run like a man's brain, and most blue-pilled men don't understand that. Most blue-pilled men say the better I am, the nicer I am, the more gifts, the more things that I contribute to her, the more she'll love me. That is completely wrong. The less you give, the more you get. But we're not a dating or a relationship channel. We're talking about how men can have a great life. I choke on the word congrats when a coworker delusionally tells me he met a unicorn and is getting married. PH. I did play guitar at my buddy's wedding here, and I don't recommend wedding, but I think they might make it. Arguments with women are pointless, even if it's your mother, says Slam Cave. Well said, brother. Check out Slam Cave's channel. Travis says, if they ever passed boot camp, I would make her watch all these videos just to see her response. Then I might graduate her to level 2, but it's going to be harder than the old school NES. There you go. Blue-pilled men have their own ideology of how to be a real man. Buy a house, a car, support your women, pay everything, and give her extra money. That's slavery, not a marriage. It's definitely lopsided, Europe. Most of the red pill men I know are older military vets who are expats and live overseas. Sadly, most of the men I know in the U.S. are diehard blue pill and fight to death defending blue. Yeah, 100%. All of my friends are blue pilled. And, hey, good for them. They have massive cracks in their marriages that they know, but they won't acknowledge. I remember when my ex-friends would say I could not bang my high school girls and call me creepy. They're going to, you know what? They're going to shame you. You're not married. Something's wrong with you. Nah, you're just waiting for that unicorn. I've dated back in high school. It didn't really do too much for me. Men are happier without women, even if we're crocked on Irish coffee. We definitely need our space, guys. When a man puts all of his efforts, money, energy, attention, and time into a woman, he's dying. He's dying internally. I've always been getting shamed for not being in a relationship from my family members, but it's funny when I tell them I don't want to be in one, they freak out. I see their true colors come out. Well, in the end, we shouldn't hate on our blue-pilled family members or friends. We should just realize that they're not to a level that we have gotten to. It's as simple as that. They don't understand. Eventually, and we hope that they don't hit the wall as we had once hit the wall when we began to digest this information. Typical simp question. Hey, brother, why are you not married? Why do you live in a small apartment? Buy a house. Because minimalism is the way. And if they say that, just say, you know what? Warren Buffett says less is more. My big brother told me I shouldn't get laid, and he got pissed. Brad, why? I should get laid, and he got pissed. He just wants you to experience remember, misery loves company, right? Abusive. Misery loves company. Greetings from Denmark. Have you been slacking off, or are you still abusive and controlling? Abusive. Rock on. Good to see you, Big Dick Dane. So here's the deal. When I went through my divorce, my ex-wife was associating with other divorced and single mother women. So misery loves company. And misery, your friends that are married, they want you to be married so you can, be part of that misery. You can be part of what they're going through. You can bitch about your wife too. If you don't have a wife to bitch about, what good are you to the guy that's married? Right? He secretly wants your life. 99% of them. They absolutely, Christian Henny. I really don't understand the human chemistry of girlfriends anyways. It's pure physical. Unicorns are exactly right. They don't exist, but banshees do. Susie and the Banshees for 300, Trebek. Her emotional hurricanes don't care about your problems as a man. Well said, Slam Cave. How are you going to deal with, as a blue-pilled person, all of the hurricanes that come. When I was married, three to 10 a day, minimum. That's just how women's brains operate. There's a lot of up and down. Some women are crazier than others, but for the reality, they're emotionally based. This is biology. This is not science. This is biology. This is not us making it up because we're upset. This is biology saying women are emotionally based. Men are more logically based. To bring those two together is going to cause issues. I'm very attached to the truth to the point I can't stand fantasy. It's to the point I barely watch TVs and movies. Well, most of the movies out there are completely blue-pilled Skittles now. One time I got laid in McDonald's while I got work. There's always, remember that story for later in life, old Christian. Red pill boot camp should be mandatory training for all 18-year-old men. Yeah, and I hope my sons, PH, are getting that through their head. You never know. The destruction of relationships started in the garden, Adam and Eve, and it's been downhill since there. Rich in the house. Well said, brother. Well, if you go even prior to Adam and Eve, you go to Adam and Lilith did not submit to Adam and divorced him. Check Lilith out on the interwebs. Blue pill men lead with their wallet and gifts, 100%. I have women messaging me with 1 to 3 kids asking about me and my family. Get out of here. Go back to your baby daddy. What the F? I take on extra word at the north turn, peace, leave nothing. Yeah, what are you getting? What are you getting in the end? Remember, single moms will throw on the love bomb. They'll give you everything. They'll give you all the peace, leave, and expect you to give your meat, money, energy, attention, and time for the rest of your life and to take on the new kids. FJT in the house. Good to see you, brother. Rockin'. Check out FJT's channel. In fact, I banged chicks who had boyfriends who pissed me off. Revenge is sweet. They would not kick my ace. Yeah, you never want to get in a fight either. Always stay clear of fights. Some people lose once at the casino and see the scam. Other people lose everything they have over and over and have a blast. They do. Some guys, I met guys that have been married 3 or 4 times. They keep wanting marriage. Well, you know what? You can't fix stupid. Eventually they'll learn. Some might, some will, who knows? Blue pill men are simps. They will not divorce their wife if she is cheating or nagging all the time. He can't live without her. What a delusional clown show. Yeah, truth. Men don't want to give up. They don't want to lose. They'll stick through a lot of thick and thin because they don't want the rejection and the loss of what they built. It's really that simple. Progress is more important in every field, whether it is life, business, or society. Well said, Manoj Roy. The greatest saying ever is being in a relationship is worth working together to solve problems you wouldn't have being single. Geez, that is a great bumper sticker. Awesome, Stephen. Old school is back. Blue pill beta bucks. They take care of it. I've seen it even in grocery stores. These blue pilled with these really attractive women, they're just using them for money. TF Corp in the house. Good to see you. You're welcome. Tim from Bristol. My married friends are always moaning about their relationships. I bite my tongue, but it is difficult not to feel smug. Now that I found the red pill, my life is full of freedom. Well, once you digest the red pill, you realize that you're the captain of your plane. That's all it is. You decide where you go, when you go, with who you go, and how you go. It's that simple. Before, in the blue pill, it was always majority of happy wife, happy life. That's how we ran. That's how I ran. If she was happy and peace, oh my gosh, my life was better. Or it was my life. My life was meant to build, provide, protect, but also to make sure that my ex-wife had peace, which is extremely difficult to do. Women are like the stock market, up and down. Well said, Tori, 100% correct. I Renegade 3 is in the house. Relationships or marriage means her problems becomes yours and your problems don't matter. It's 100%. Europe says the most blue-pilled men are stepdaddies. Now, not all stepdaddies were bad. I know a couple guys raised by stepdads when I grew up, and they had good relationships. But I don't recommend taking on anyone else's kids, especially in today. Black dude called me blank for banging his girlfriend. Now, that happens. They'll call you all sorts of names. I can only talk with blue pill people for a short amount of time. They give me a headache. Majority of them will sacrifice themselves for women that don't even care about them, FJT. And they defend their positions, right, FJT? They defend their positions because they know that if they're nice and super loving and super amazing, that woman's going to love them. Sorry, guys, that doesn't work. Monk mode is an ancient Indian concept known as Brahmacharya. Interesting. Indian word. Marriage is about to build a team and not to pay for everything and be a slave. For some reason, team turned into meat. Think about that. Team turned into meat. Once you think you were going to have a teammate, turned into you giving all of your money, energy, attention, and time. Same letters. Go to a hooker much better and for cheaper. Some of these black pill guys should definitely hit that. Every man after high school should be entitled to 10 free brothel before they get a license to marry. Well said, YYJJ. Rad, it's looking like court to see my kids. 3.5 months. I haven't seen them. It's been hard as months. What's your thoughts on a female lawyer considering my situation? It can't hurt you. I know a buddy that destroyed his lady, his ex-wife, with a female lawyer. It can definitely help you. It can't hurt you at all. And in fact, that female attorney who's got to have logic, right? Because she's very intelligent to pass the bar. Also, being a woman, can really understand the mind of the woman. So yeah, I would go for it. Or find an attorney that has the track record of destroying false alligators and things like that in court. One time I banged my evil coworker girlfriend. He was going to kick my blank, but I told him choose. Okay, that's funny. But anyhow, Travis, hang in there, brother. Shout out to Father Saunders. He didn't see his kids for 890 days or something like that. They run on pure emotion. I have to admit, in my marriage, I found it hard to deal with her emotional roller coaster. In the end, apart from my kids, I'm happy as a pig and Shiite not to be married. You know what? Being married is the greatest thing ever. I'm sad for my kids. I've told you about that. I'm sad that the nuclear family is broken. But being able to be if I was still married, I think I'd be like 250 pounds. Modern women are narcissists. Most of them are covert, 100%. I had segs with multi-chicks. Oh, you evil, you son of a gun, you dog. Sigma Rodin is in the house. Good to see you. M. Shear, I'm married, and when I talk to my blue-pilled married friends about my sexless marriage, they become very uncomfortable. I wonder why. Good question. M. Shear, one of my best friends from high school, his name was Michael Shear. Good to have you. Tell me where you're from. In certain cultures, happy man, happy life. I don't trouble your man too much. Don't nag your man. Well said. But go back to M. Shear. You know what? I don't know. I'm married, and when I talk to my blue-pilled married friends about my blank marriage, they become very uncomfortable. Maybe they're part of it. Maybe they understand it. Maybe they're in that. I mean, most marriages aren't banging every life or every night, right? I had a buddy, I remember this 15 years ago. He called me up. He says, my wife says it's normal to have sex once every 4 months. I said, that's not normal. Baiters are like wannabe gangsters, but they get defeated. There you go. Blue pill friends tell me that their women lead everything. The man is not allowed to buy anything without her permission. Oh, it happens in the States here. Be single. Enjoy your freedom. Riff rage. When I hear other guys simp, it takes all my strength to keep from saying anything. Well, there's nothing you can do to say anything to a simp. You can't recruit. You can't offer a video. I would always just say, this is what I say to my boys. Why is that woman always on her phone? Why does she always seek attention? Just little subtle hints. One must remember that you can present all the evidence, articles, stories, proofs, and stats that blue pill simp, but you can't make them think. Big Dick Dang, laying it down to Chinatown. Well said. I once had a conversation with a man that told me he gives a single mother stripper money every week because he feels bad. He thinks he's winning the lotto because he's like 50. And I think that's that happens all the time. I mean, this OnlyFans craziness. I mean, they really think these women, these men that give money like that think that these 20-year-olds are gonna, oh, he's so nice, I'm gonna run to him when all my chads desert me. Now, all things are possible with money. I got custody of my daughters when they were young, cost me a fortune, but I got them. Funny now, years later, my ex and I have a good partner. Well, good for you. Good for you. Costs a lot of money, guys. Stay out of the courts. Money, energy, attention, and time. It's not worth it. Good to see David Smith. Hope all is well. I deal with my Blue Pill family and friends by keeping them at arm's length. I no longer have expectations for them. That's the thing. When you go through this understanding of where you want to be, where you came from, you realize you don't want to go back to the plantation, and you'd love to help somebody that's going through a tough relationship. You might suggest a video or a statistic, but they don't want to hear, right? And so we just have to put our expectations down. Let them come to us. I mean, why aren't you married? Oh, there's lots of reasons, brother. The women that I can't find, the women that I find on everywhere are not submissive. They're masculine. They're not feminine. They use clown makeup, clown extensions. They're always on their phone. They're on their iPhone watch. They have multiple boyfriends. They're all over the place. They can't hold a conversation. What are they bringing to the table? Just throw it back on them in a way that's easy and simple. Betas are creepy. They are. Beta males and nice guys are the most dangerous men out there. I'm scared for my girls. My ex is dressing them up. Princess mode. I just want to show them how to change oil, tires, and cook. Use their hands, create, not just look at me. Well said, brother. I tried. My daughter became exactly what I didn't want her to be. So what do? Accept it. That's all I can do. Rusty Rivers is back. Good to see you, brother. Even if you do get custody, agreed. Sadly, these women don't follow court orders. No, they don't. I haven't seen my kids in over 3 years and haven't spoken to them in 2. Remember, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Women don't follow divorce decrees and they believe their kids are theirs and not yours. And guess who's behind them? Yeah, you got it, the popo. Unnamed. Smart men don't get married. Well said, brother. Tell me where you're from. Blue pill men are the ideal 2-in-1, ATM and perfect slave. He can't say no to her. You know what the word, I've said this multiple times. If you really want to get a woman, if you're in a relationship or you've thought about it and you want that woman to be on your team, there's 2 letters in the English alphabet and the Spanish alphabet and probably the French alphabet that are the best 2 letters of all time. N-O. No. Watch how things change. You know who said no? Fonzie. Arthur Fonzarelli. In that culture, the man can divorce his woman without giving her reason. That's the reason women are told to make your man happy. Which cult? Is that the Indian culture? In my opinion, they are uncomfortable as they are also in cheaper to keep her staying to raise in their marriage. 100%, M. Shear. 100%, brother. 100%. In other words, Ronald Reagan is evil, but invades the country. There you go. Blue pill men are literally in complete delusional state, but they don't realize it. Now, guys, the fantasy has a grip on men that is out of this world. They will cling to the fantasy of that marriage, even if they've been married 20 years, of the woman, the wife who nags at him, throws him in the gutter, the mental, the emotional, the physical, the sexual gutter at all times. But he holds and clings on to that fantasy of the marriage and of her when he first met her. He can't look at the reality. You know why I know that? Because at one time, Rad was that. JR, Rad, you ever setting up Cash App? No, brother. I tell people, and I appreciate that, but I say, you take that money and you want to make Rad so happy is you use that money to become a better version of yourself. But thank you. Greatest thing I can get from you guys is to take all this wisdom that I learned from others that I'm regurgitating in my own flavor and you taking it and becoming a better person. And if there's anyone that needs any sort of assistance or help or just needs to chat, you can always email me, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. If you talk with blue men about the reality, they will say you are not right. Complete clown show for 300 Trebek. When my stepbrother is married, his wife didn't allow him to have a legal firearm in the home. They lived in a dangerous neighbor in Philly. What happened to being the man of the house? Well, we can talk about firearms, FJT. Most women are scared of them. Timmy Kramer, the forever bachelor's in the house, lads. Here's the Irishman, Timmy Kramer. Timmy and I had tacos last week. Betas are like hate, but I wish someone would kick Putin's army. We must defeat them. Timmy saying howdy to I got a little Irish somewhere in me. I think it's like a 10%. Most of my background is English and Dutch. Or genealogy, I could say. Jawar is back. I don't allow super chats. Good to see Jawara. Simps are suicidal men in the way. Yes, they are. Simps and nice guys and blue pilled are the most dangerous men of all time. They will be Captain Save-A-Ho. They will be the White Knight. That will be death. And Greg Adams talks about it. Death by simp. Right? JR says Fonzie. There you go. Modern women can't hold a marriage. They will use you and get their money to plan the next step. She take your house and car and your pride in the meantime, and you'll find yourself homeless. You know, a lot of guys go through that. Dying with honor is alpha. Dying with fear. Beta is greatest. Ask Iron Mike. We're all unboxing. Yeah, I see what you mean. There. Misery loves company. If you're happy, you want company. If you are sad, you want company. What is the difference? Not all miserable people are looking for pity. Maybe they should just be like understood. Sure. You know, there's nothing wrong with you being alone. Nothing. You're alone for 8 hours at night in your head. You're alone during the day. You're not around family or friends as you're working. You might work with family, but you get my drift. Life's most important lessons are learned at great financial cost or great heartbreak. Ooh, couldn't agree more. 100%. And this is why we say it. Guys, if you don't want to lose a lot of money and go through massive heartbreak, no marriage, no cohabitation, no children. It's not the fact that I don't believe in it. I don't recommend it. And for me, I would never remarry. I would never live with another woman. I would never have kids or take on any other kids. Timmy Kramer, I try to hang with bachelors or divorced men. They understand reality. 100%. El Padrino is back. Good to see you. Fear is what made Anakin Skywalker beta. Interesting. Travis says, Rad, how is Mexico? Jealous. As far as firearms, I have a shotgun and AK with 75 round drum in my shop. I'm not going to say the rest, but good for you. You are protected. Guys, Mexico is always great. Get your passport stamped. It didn't even come up saying Rad was live streaming once again. Also, another channel I watch who does gaming content. Shadow banning is everywhere, guys. I watch One Fast Stack, and his subscriber count has decreased by 200. And they're doing something. Blue pill men will do everything for their queen. 100%. They're the drones of the beehive. Remember, the drones spend their whole life trying to mate with the queen. And when he finally does mate with the queen, he sticks his little stinger in the queen and he dies right after. Talk about the most simpiest animal kingdom of all time, bees. And those who get with the praying mantis drone or male. White knighting will get you no peace leave and deleted. 100%. 100%, guys. The most dangerous men that have been in the news in the last 10 years have been black-pilled incels, as well as simps. Beta male, yep, that's exactly what I just talked about. I don't want to say his name, but you're absolutely right. I think I have about 3 to 4% Irish in me. My great ancestors were swirling around the world. They were riding the CCFJT back in those days. Go figure. Do you think it's Sims who eventually crack and shoot the whole family up? Delusion is dangerous when you... Yes. I think 99% of those that do that are in their emotions. They're angry. They're jealous. They're scared. And they don't understand reality. And that's when it happens. Out here a couple years ago, Mysterio from Winnipeg is back. What do you think of McLaren? The car? Very expensive. But there's a guy out here that his wife was divorcing him. He was a private pilot in a little Cessna. Tried to fly the plane into the house. It didn't happen. The mom and the daughters were out. He ended up, broken back, and he's in jail. You don't do that. If a woman doesn't want you, it's sad. You accept it. You move on. You realize this is the greatest gift of all. One of those guys, hopefully, I think he's already won. Don't listen to the propaganda. Side Alone 801 is in the house. Good to see you, brother. We got to meet up. We got a couple folks in Utah. When a man earns money, he wants to give the best to his wife, but when a woman starts, she feels she does not need a man. And that money is her money. Don't forget. I do like McLarens, but they're massively expensive, and I think the maintenance would cost $5,000 for an oil change. A few days ago, DK, women set fire to a 19-year-old male student apartment. The ladies were aged 19, 26, and 54. Wow. Maybe revenge by mother and sister. Yeah, it happens. What happened in Idaho with the guy that took out 4 college students? He was in love, beta male simp, with the blonde one, and stalked her and everything. I don't know if he was black pill, an incel, a massive simp, but again, takes out 4 lives. They can't control their emotions. Silver Bullet, Black Widows, 100%. One of those guys. Where are you from, brother? You're 100% a false alligator, and they can say whatever they want and lie, and guess what? Your life can literally be flipped around in seconds. There's a lady at work that always tries to get money from people. She came to me once, and I simply said, hey, I work an 8-hour shift. Beat it. If it's work-related, I can help. Good luck to you. Good for you, El Padrino, or you just say, beat it. David Smith, no such thing as incel pay-for-play exists no matter how ugly you are. Yep. Pay to play, man. If they need woman, go and buy it. You'll have a better experience with no strings attached. Bank made me order 30 gram with long waiting period. Oh, geez. Can you even get money out, Joara? I mean, they have to order that crap. And it's probably like a month out. My ethnic background, I've got Dutch, English, a little bit of French, and a tad bit of Russian, I hear my mom tells me. So I keep my distance to the fee-fills. No need for drama or big fires around here. Well said. Blue pillers support the feminism and equality for 300 Trebek. They do. They do. They don't like toxic masculinity either. My build a 76 Trans Am will slam a McLaren 200 grand cheaper. McLaren is just a word. Good for them for making a great car. But there's other cars. I mean, one Fast Stack has a Dodge Dakota with 600 horsepower. 600 horse in a pickup. Comes a time when your best friends are the real deal or not. They change for the best, but they change their minds, good or bad. Well said. Well said. I've lost friends over my blue pill or my red pill digestion. It's not sad to have a woman. It's sad not to have friends. Well said. That's a great comment, Mysterio. Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Zelensky. My boss had a McLaren, cost him 80 grand, and the car he used to own a Sierra. Wow. Old school. False allegations is a worldwide problem in Thailand. Geez, 50 years. Be careful out there, guys. Literally. The passport thing, man. Brad, have I gone off sports? I just mountain bike. I watch a little bit of NBA. That's about it. McLaren. Mysterio McLaren. We'll call him Eminem. Jordan Bueno says, is a tattoo a red flag? It depends. Yeah, I'm not a fan of tattoos. My daughter's got 12. But I would say, why did she get the tattoo? What does it look like? For what reason? Is it hidden? I think a hidden tattoo would be very different than a tattoo that's visible. Men need to strive to be free of the bonds of the poontang. No pay for play, no prawn, no putty. You can never be free of it if you worship it. Well said. Well said, Stephen. SD from San Diego is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Feminist women say men must pay on every single date. And the blue pillars support that. You got to believe that's right. Bank wants to know why you need more than any amount of cash over 25K. The bank and the government and the popo. If I could give some advice to myself at age 33, what would it be? Realist vision. Without be having kids or not having kids. If it was having kids, I would say you can't make your wife happy. If I'm married at this point, you can't make your wife happy. You can't make women happy. You can't make your kids happy. Set frame in the sense that you follow and you set structure, and then you move forward and you just allow the chips to fall where they fall and accept the fact that you can't make people around you happy. Can't make your wife happy, can't make your kids. Now, if I was single, I would say go out and see the world and experience life and quit using loneliness as an excuse. That's what I would tell myself. Some of the I have friends that have lots of friends and married and they are lonely. So go figure. FJT says it's sad how desperate incels are. It makes me wonder how they will react when they finally get a girlfriend and she cheats on them. Looking at her cell phone will break their heart. Yes, 100%. And they'll probably do something extremely drastic. My brother stuck a ton of money into his twin turbo. Still don't take built American muscle if it's built right. Oh, well said. You know, those old muscle cars from the 60s and 70s. How about those old AMC Barracudas? My divorced buddy living with his mom at 57 would have killed to have his red pill wisdom 39 years ago. Well said. And Timmy is one of the lucky ones whose uncle said, don't get married when he was 18. Ask Timmy how many friends he golfs with that have been married multiple times and are miserable. Brad, when you are in need, people can act real ugly. Sure they can. Never, ever seek help in a state of massive emotional calamity. You know, people give you bad advice. You need to remember, ships dock in calm seas. If that sea is stormy, ships do not come in. Same analogy. If you need massive advice and help, but you are in an emotional and mental state of being that you're scared, don't ask for advice. You wait till you calm down. And the way you do that is you move your energy, you drink some water, you put on something that distracts you from those thoughts that are torpedoing it every second. Once you're calm, then reach out. Women's nature are universal, just some countries' laws are worse than others. Well said, Silver Bullet. M. Shear says, what's your opinion on the Andrew Tate? I don't know much about him. I think he's opening up a lot of young men's thoughts and ideas about what ladies are like, but I mean, if they're saying what he did, you don't, I don't know. I'm not a big prawn or trap, like whatever he did. I mean, he should have stuck to MMA, building legitimate businesses. I don't know much. All I know is he's never been married. I don't know if maybe he has been married. I don't really even know that. But his masculinity bits that I've seen, a couple shorts online, I think men need to see it. And he's being lambasted, I think, a lot of it because he's toxic masculinity. How did Seafood died of cancer? Seafood died of cancer. Yeah, unfortunately. Rest in peace, brother. Happiness comes from within. She was always nagging, giving me a hard time. Dump her. Guy, life's too short to deal with drama. My big brother never cared about my health. Why make my family happy? Well, make yourself happy, right? I'm a diehard Porsche owner, currently own a 911 2. Wow, 690, damn, and a Cayenne GTS Porsche's never let me down. Extremely reliable, understanding, and pure driving pleasure. I had a 912, 1969 912. Loved it. Beautiful piece of artwork. The only problem, Stephen, and I completely agree, reliability. Now, maintaining them a little bit expensive, but they came in second on the reliability schedule ladder behind Toyota Lexus. The only issue was just driving the 911 as a daily, getting in and out. It's just, man, it was like you're so low to the ground. But you got to sacrifice that for the pure, amazing performance that Porsches are. Yeah, there's a lot of beta males out there. Brad, love the live therapy and also love the short vids. Really makes our day. Thank you, brother. Check out Travis's channel. He makes some great metal work, as well as has a band that I played in the beginning, Curious Syndicate. I am John is back. Good to see you. Feminism and the gynocentric courts have created the modern women. There's no returning to normal. Well said. Too much cash flow involved. Gent, steer clear and learn to navigate the minefield. We're not going back. Unfortunately, we have to get to that point. The programming is too deep. If an event happens that's cataclysmic, that's potentially the end of this world, yeah, you might see the women kind of flocking to strong men. But once that's over and the lollipops and the bubble gum comes back, so does the programming. The programming just went on pause. Well said, Iron John. Divorced men must be happy. Her next man will take the Ultra tornadoes twice faster, 100%. Enjoy the show. Feel sorry for the next guy. He's going to get the brunt of everything 3 or 4 times quicker. And well said, old Christian Henne. My mom, sister, and aunts are the evil ones. I hear a lot of moms and sisters. Luckily, I had a good mom. Ooh, not a fan of that, FJT. I am attracted to biological females. That's who I'm attracted to. I have been surprised by some people that I've seen on the internet. I think that the Miss Nevada is a transformer. I had no idea. I'm like, oh, looks like a nice, attractive lady. Found out it was a transformer. I mean, some of these transformers are completely beguiling and deceiving. And then I look closer, but I didn't take a long look. And I just, oh, yeah, looks like a lady. And then you look closer and you can see different parts of that the anatomy that gives you. It's not close. It's not completely right. Usually it's the face. If she mentions chivalry, she's a gold digger. Run, says Timmy Kramer. Wow. But FJT, that I didn't know that. I knew that the one guy, the other dating coach, had nailed a couple transformers. Old school. Have I seen Madonna? Yes. Not attractive. Although she was the one I had a crush on in high school, junior high. Scotty Side from Beaverton, Oregon, has graced us with his presence. Thank you. Good to have you. Check out Scotty's Side. I think he does a live stream tonight. I'm beyond the breakup trauma now. I just want to see my kids. That's the worst. I'd rather spend that $3 to $5 grand on my kids. What a waste of money. That's what they do, man. They're going to take you to court. This is the exact playbook that ladies with kids coming out of a marriage do. You are not special because they do it to everybody. I mean, my ex tried to keep the kids away from me, made up things like they're scared of you. Right? Really? You're just going to have to get a good lawyer and fight the emotions. It's simple, and fight the emotions. Men make the best women. It's interesting to see. Apparently, yeah, it'll be interesting. Men are the best cooks. Would you agree? Men are the best auto mechanics. Men are the best builders. Men are the best lovers. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I literally believe that a lot of these boys today, especially kids that are my age, this whole transformer movement is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And boys are going to get having relationships with transformers because the normal girls are so delusioned and potentially tainted by social media and OnlyFans, that the only way these guys are going to have something that's feminine will be a biological male that becomes a woman. I completely agree with Sandman and Coach Greg Adams. 100% silver bullet. Ain't going to end good. You want a Ford Mustang. My brother used to restore Ford Mustangs in high school, and I got one on our honeymoon. We got a Mustang in Hawaii, and we drove it around for 5 days. Let's see. Well, you know what? Your dad was part of your life. Unfortunately, there's some dads that, aren't the greatest dads. Why do most of them keep the children away? Because they can. Because remember, they birthed them, they're theirs. Do you believe in God? I don't have faith in anything. They say God is within you. If that was true, we would not be where we are. All just thought. I believe in a higher power, Rich. Especially seeing my kids being born. Jesus needs to come back and put us out of our misery. A lot of times I thought that, man. A lot of times I thought that, Travis. Brad, do you know of any schools or courses where a man can learn how to tap dance successfully through the minefields by females might be useful in coming years? I think this is the best channel we have. The Predatory Female is a great book that one can read if they're open and willing to read it. And the Manipulated Man as well. The Boy Crisis was written by that author Farrell somebody. But those books would be good. The more that hedonism is acceptable or accepted, the more of these transformers and rainbow you will see. I agree. I mean, we're just trying to help guys say, look, whatever you've come out of, whatever you've been through, you can have a better life if you just accept where you come and realize you can't fix female nature. You can only fix your nature. And if you can do that, hopefully you don't get back into a bad contract. A girl I used to date said I'm a phobe because I wouldn't meet her cross-dresser friend at a restaurant. Good for you. Dude wears lipsticks and heels. Yeah. I don't hang around with that kind of crap. No way. There's no shortage of Sally Wallbangers out there, especially over 50. That's the truth right there. I am John. These young kids should take a hint from MILF Manor that's on the television series. It's called MILF Manor, the 50-year-old women getting the 20-year-olds. I mean, that's what they should be after at this point. The woman gets a man after her, most likely a delusional woman, and the boy gets to take care of business. But 100% I am John. Completely agree. Warren Farrell, that's his name. Timmy Kramer, appreciate that. Okay, what we got? I'm a fan of film, obviously, with my music video work. I really want to produce a film showing female nature and all this bogus. Well, the best film that I've seen on female nature would be Gone Girl with Ben Affleck. Watch that. That has a lot of the elements. Married, throws him under the bus, lies, makes up a complete story, tries to get him into Gone Girl. I don't know if you've watched Gone Girl, but watch it tonight or this weekend. But yeah, I mean, it'd be fun to see a film that you made that, based on this red pill knowledge and experience of going through it. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that. One, nothing but single moms in their 20s and ran through post-war thoughts in their 30s. One of those guys. Yeah. Today I was at the gym working out. There was a gal that was pregnant, no ring on her finger, picking up her young kid. And now, let's just say, I don't know if she's married or not. The ring might not fit because when a woman gets pregnant, her fingers get, a lot of fluid retention, so they have to take the ring off. Doesn't work. But in the reality, who knows? Maybe she was divorced. Maybe she got knocked up. But working out, doing this massive workout she was probably 7 months pregnant. Well said, one of those guys. We live together, we die together. The truth hurts is in the building says screw head MGTOW in the building, and I wait to enjoy this stream. I appreciate you being here. You know, I have a problem with guys that call them MGTOW. What is a MGTOW? It's not like, it's a man that says, I don't want to experience what I've experienced or learn from others so I can have a good life. Why is it such a negative connotation? It's the weirdest thing. Like, we're all fat old men that can't enjoy life? No. These broads were getting blown out when I was in high school. That was 15 years ago. I can't imagine what it's like now. Oh, it's worse now. Just go get a membership on like Match.com, a free one, and look at all of the 40 and over women. Then you'll say, yeah, the wall. They should actually call those dating apps the wall. Hey, where'd you meet her? I met her on the wall.com. Will Smith, I laughed at my own joke. His loser can't believe it was an album. Well, Will Smith is a beta male. His wife is nailing their firstborn son's best friend. You can't get any more simp than that. Brother, been a teenager, young man these days, hard work out on all their levels. I educate mine in all aspects of life, but lately they're educating me. Wow, there you go. The truth hurts. Where are you from? FJT says it's a freaking dream come true. I saved so much money by not paying a mortgage or interest. Good for you, man. FJT at what, 29, paid off his house? Taught himself Spanish and Chinese and guitar. I think a little bit of Arabic, maybe. All by 29, and he's a Chad, guys. He's taking the pill. I saw the hormone change. Kids come in, she gets emotional, then postpartum kicks in, bitch switch turns on, and you try to be a man. Yep, you lose. Did you watch? I think you watched my video of my life. I did a 2-hour stream, almost 2 hours, about my story, and that's exactly what happened. You cannot get past it. Jada Pinkett Smith kissed Monica Bell. Yeah, I think there's something weird with that family. I think they're both Skittles. I mean, the kid's Skittles too. Joara King, it's rare to find a regular weighted woman over 30. What do they say? The average woman's weight is now 171. 70 years ago, it was 109, I think, for the woman. Nothing is ever good enough, only maybe for the 2%. It's funny, they say, okay, a man needs to be 6'6", 6 million in the bank, not 6 packs, 8 packs now, does everything. Do you know the reality of over 6 foot men? It's 11%, maybe it's 12% worldwide. I would say the majority of that height is in Africa. A lot of the African men are extremely tall, especially in Kenya and Zimbabwe. Very tall bloodlines. And women are fighting for 100% of women, or 95% of women are fighting for men that are in 11%. They have no chance. It's like delusion. America, home of the bipedal piggy and the humanoid hippopotamus. David Smith, lots of heavies out here. My job is nothing but men working because the labor at my job is very physical. Well, 100%. If it's too hard, the truth hurts. You won't find a lot of ladies in it. Physical labor, that is. Physical labor. Well, this has been a good stream. I'm going to cut it off. I want you guys to go have a great evening and weekend and do something that moves your energy. And remember, accept where you're at. Allow yourself to feel the feelings, but accept that you can have a better life from where you came from. Accept that those kids that don't talk to you today will eventually be in your life. You got to be patient. Why? Because I've been through it. My main argument to my ex is I'm just trying so hard. The glass is always half empty. Every day I'm walking on ice wondering if I'm doing enough. Here's the thing. I've been there, brother Travis, and the only thing you can do is accept it and let the court and let your lawyer fight it. And just be the dad that loves the kids. Kids are smart. Yeah, I know it sucks not seeing your kids and not watching them grow up. I understand that, especially after, 3.5 months? Happens all the time, Rich. Happened to me 3 times. No, 2 times. Almost a 3rd time. You guys have a great evening. And remember, there is always the potential to be a better person and have a better life. You have to accept it and believe it. And there's a lot of channels out there that help men that are struggling just connect with people online, ask questions, relay comments, share experiences, rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first.